Your uncle was a member of the Flying Tigers.
Well, let's talk about that, okay? There's that story, right?
Yes, this amazing story, legendary story of Flying Tigers who helped and supported China during World War II.
World War II.
And you yourself, actually, as we just discussed, you've been supporting and also initiating a lot of cultural exchange programs between China and the US, helping the two countries' people to know each other.
Yes.
So how would you describe your families and also your own connection with China?
Well, let me go back to my uncle, right? And that was a happenstance that I discovered that. I was in Kunming, and they were Flying Tigers, and I was at the Pilots Club, and we were looking at American soldiers, airmen. He was not a pilot. And I looked and I thought, wow, that looks like my uncle. He and those others came to China to help the Chinese people. They felt a bond that was taking place there. We today have to have the same bond. It may not be the same kind of thing, Flying Tigers, but I do think that there's the opportunity for us to be kind of flying tigers in education, that we go out and we help students and bring students together. All those young men who came from the United States came here for a purpose in mind, and that was to do the right thing. And that's what the important message is. We do the right thing. And as we look at today's society, we have to do the right thing. The countries have to be able to allow the young people to get together. And that would be the right thing.
But Flying Tigers actually is an example of China and US working together.
That's right.
In a very big war in World War II.
Yes.
And China actually and US established diplomatic relations during the Cold War. Those were the moments that China and US working together towards a benign way.
Yes.
But we've also seen ups and downs in terms of bilateral relations, especially in recent years. We saw one of the lowest points in bilateral relations. So what do you think the biggest two powers in the world, China and the US, can work together to make more benefits for their own people and also for the humanity?
You know, just recently, Mr. Xi and Mr. Biden met. And they talked about having 50,000 students that would then come to China and come to the United States. Purposely being intentional in that, to have those students come together. These are the two most powerful economic countries in the world. They need to work together. I'm an educator. And I know that if we can get our young people, the next generation, to communicate with each other, they will find that there's more in common than there are than our differences. I encourage us to do that. That's where I see the two can grow.